Our next speaker, Dr. James Maddison, will briefly describe one of the most unusual projects in development downtown, the Roc City Skate Park. Jim is the president of the Roc City Skate Park organization. Jim?
After Larry and Gilbert and Dr. Ogilvy get people working and living down here, they're going to need something to do. So why not drop in on a 30-foot half pipe? You can kill yourself. Talking about a free public open access park for what we define as progression-oriented sports. Progression-oriented sports are anything where progression for the individual or progression for the sport are paramount to the competition. If you've had opportunity to travel anywhere, out to New York, for example, or Canastota, you're probably familiar with the idea of a public, free, open access skate park. That's exactly what we're trying to build here in the city. What will ultimately be a city-owned, city-insured skate park, just like any other park is owned by the city or any other public municipality. In addition to that, we've created a nonprofit group to expand and create a system throughout the city for a host of reasons. In addition to building this system, we will continue to advocate for progression-oriented sports, host events, and hopefully make our skate park scene and system that much better. The planned location is under and adjacent to the Frederick Douglass Susan B. Anthony Memorial Bridge. When I started this project in earnest about 5.5 years ago, honest to God, I did not intend to build the largest skate park in North America. Just sort of ended up that way. I wanted a place for my 4 kids to go skateboard. But as life has it, sometimes you get yourself into these situations. And the location that we kept coming back to was this location under the bridge. And it just so happens that there's a tremendous amount of land there for us to develop. Estimated cost is about $3 million. Back to that. So this is the location that you're looking at right now. Right under the bridge, just north of Time Warner, and just south of the Dinosaur Barbecue. It'll be less than a 2-mile bike ride for students from the University of Rochester, right along the water. It's a very ideal location for something like this, right by the water, under the bridge, which would give us basically 3 seasons for knowing the skateboard community as well as I do, 4 seasons, because they'll be out there using it, I can promise you that. Here's another example, and you'll see there the arrows depict the north flowing Genesee River, one of 6 in North America, and the publicly held plots that are available to us. And this is some initial renderings of what Stantec has come up for us. The city recently offered the Stantec and a unit of Stantec called ASD, Action Sports Design, the $50,000 contract to do the feasibility study and design phase 2 of the project. It's a large industry. There's about 11 million skateboarders in the United States. It's about almost a $5 billion market. And that market segment is getting older. My generation, I'm 40, are people who have grown up skateboarding. We now skateboard with our children. There are actually more people that own bicycles and own cars, and BMX is about 30% of that market. So we've done some conservative estimates on a $3 million park in terms of retail, business development for downtown Rochester. And again, keep in mind this is all pedestrian foot traffic. Not drive-through traffic. We anticipate if we can get just a very small segment of the very avid users of skate parks in Buffalo and Rochester solely, we should produce about $1.8 million a year in retail business downtown. Destination experience, a project of this magnitude will hopefully bring people to Rochester to use the park. We'll be hosting special events, and we have a nonprofit that's been created for that purpose to get people here. There's simply no actuarial evidence whatsoever that skate parks are any more or less dangerous than any other public park or any other recreation activity, football, baseball, basketball, snowboarding. I know that's a big concern. actuaries over the past 45 years would dispute your concern. It's actually a dangerous activity. It's a very healthy activity. In fact, the money was given, legislated for this project by the city a couple of years ago to prevent and combat childhood obesity. Very compelling crime prevention utility, particularly among urban youth. And there are some studies out there available for you to look at. The current site is envisioned as a flagship skate park. It's a really ideal location. Last point on there, as far as we can tell, not too many people are rushing to develop underneath the bridge. Essentially 4 phases to our project. We are about to conclude, I believe as of July 1st, the feasibility study and design phase 2, at which point we'll start raising the money to conduct design phase 3 and actually produce the construction documents. Our goal is to still break ground on this project in 2015. So when you think of a skate park, hopefully we can change your mind of what you're thinking of. We are envisioning an urban park with essentially skatable art. Thank you.